YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy J Reds the Barber, back at y'all with another haircut tutorial. Today, my man TJ, he gonna be getting a Mohawk, BurstFade, whatever you wanna call it, on the sides, with wavelength up top. You know how we get down, man. We're gonna jump right into the video. Y'all see how he came in, looking wild. You know how I changed lives. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. And we about to chop him down to a 1.5 guard all the way closed. I'm sorry. Just keeping it real consistent all the way around the head, making sure it's even up top before we start the blend. Comb the hair into the place that, in the direction that it's growing, in the pattern of his waves, so that way when he goes to brush it or comb it, or when you go to cut it, that you're not cutting no patches or nothing like that. And this probably one of the only Mohawk clients I got, man. I barely have any clients that ever get Mohawks. I think I got one other client that gets a Mohawk, but it's very rare that he comes. So I was excited to do this video for y'all, man. Let's log in. And as y'all know, if y'all watch my videos, my steps is always the same. We're gonna go in with our bald line. But you can see I'm dropping that bald line right behind the ear, so that way we can still line the back up without it looking like wild. We don't want it to be like one of them crazy skater Mohawks. You know, it's like a BurstFade. So we keeping that bald line right down around the back of his ear. And the next initial guideline is going to be the no guard lever halfway open. And we're going up probably about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch. And we're using that same line as from where we left off with the bald line. Just keeping that line consistent around that ear, so it gives it the burst look, that rounded look that a Mohawk has. You want to make sure that guideline is very consistent. And then we close that lever to blend out that bottom line. And then our next initial guideline is going to be our 1 guard all the way closed. And as you can see, some of his hair isn't cutting. It's just getting knocked up into the blend. So that's why I constantly keep brushing, so that guideline is consistent all the way around the ear. Yeah, I understand, man. Sometimes the hair is just not going to agree with your clippers or your guards. It'll just get pushed out of the way, especially if they come and their hair isn't freshly washed and clean. You know, the hair is just not going to work with your clippers sometimes, so you got to improvise. And now to blend out that guideline, we're going in with our 1/2 guard all the way closed. And now our next initial guideline is we're going to blend the bulk of the hair out with the number 2 guard all the way closed. And then to blend that out, we're going in with our 1.5 guard all the way closed. I'm blending right underneath where we left off at with the 2, so we don't create another harsh guideline and gotta bring that blend up any higher. As you can see, I'm using a lot of corner work just so I can catch them dark areas, and I don't want to dig deep. Like I said, I don't want to dig too deep up into those areas, so I'm just using the corner of my blade. And then now we got our one guard on all the way open, blending right underneath where we left off at with the 1.5 guard. Fading is a process, man. You gotta take your time with it. Like I said earlier in the video, sometimes the hair is just not gonna agree with the way your clippers or your guards are cutting. So you gotta learn to improvise and take your time and just stay consistent with the blend and keep on fading. You know, a lot of people get frustrated while they're blending and they'll just stop and leave the blend all choppy, not understanding the way hair works. You know, you gotta keep working at it, man. Trial and error, take your time. If you're new in the game, you know, just take your time, man. All the OGs, I know y'all probably already know, you know, this what it takes to actually create a good blend. And I did just close my lever all the way. No, I'm sorry, I just closed it halfway. But all my OGs, y'all know what it takes to blend. You know, sometimes the hair's just not gonna agree with you, so you gotta work with it, man. You gotta work with it. Take your time. Don't rush my blend just to get them in and out. I used to be one of those barbers that was so focused on speed and trying to get as many heads out in a day. That was when I was first starting. But now I focus on the quality of the work, so that way, you know, my clients, they value me because they understand that I value the way that they look. You gotta value your clients, man. If you value them, then they will value you 10 times more, I promise. And we close that lever all the way. Once you get experience too, man, like, you'll be able to skip steps. You'll be able to skip steps in the blend. You'll be able to go in with no guard all the way open instead of using a half guard or a 0 guard. You know, so as you start to understand the way that hair works, you know, blending is gonna become 10 times easier for you. So yeah, man, just take your time with it, man. Just take your time with it. And I went ahead and I put my half guard on and I closed the lever all the way. I'm sorry, I think I have my lever all the way open. I'm pretty sure I have it all the way open, and then I'll close it as I work my way down. Yeah, so I had it all the way open, then I closed it halfway, and I'm just working my way down the blend, just doing detail work right now. Like I said, man, take your time with the blend, yo. Just do your detail work. Fall in love with the craft. Fall in love with what you're doing, so you're not just rushing trying to get everything all the way out. Like, take your time, man. Have fun. Enjoy what you do. Your clients will see. They will notice that you enjoy what you're doing. Y'all can see it's a fire blend, but details matter, man. As you can see, there's still a little light dark spots throughout the blend, so we take our guard off and we go no guard all the way open using the corner of that blade in certain spots just to detail, man, getting them dark areas out. We close that lever halfway and working our way down, just doing some detail work, man. Pay attention to the details. Close that lever all the way. And there you go. You got a fire blend. When you pay attention to the details, you're going to be able to see. And then I sped this side of the clip up, man, because what you do to one side of the head, you do to the other. And my mistake not noticing that when I was doing this side of the head, that my tripod was not up high enough. So it's hard for you to actually see this part of the blend. So if you want to skip through it, man, you can. But if you know my steps, you're going to know what I'm doing. So we're going with the lever halfway open, creating our first initial guide, well, our second guideline. First initial guideline is a ball line. We got the lever halfway open, and we close it and blend that out. We put our one guard on. Well, I'm sorry, that blend wouldn't, the no guard close wouldn't get that ball line out, so we had to bring our trimmers back out and get that ball line out. We got the one guard close, creating our next initial guideline. Just keeping the blend, keeping it the guidelines real consistent around that ear. And we're gonna go in with our half guard all the way closed. And we're going no guard all the way open. Just doing detail work. Halfway, then all the way close. We're doing them details before we get to the end. And we got our two guard on, blending out the bulk of the hair, all the way close. And we got our 1.5 guard all the way close, blending right underneath where we left off at with the 2. And then we got our one guard all the way open. Memorize these steps, man. Once you memorize them and it's time to go put it on the head, it's just gonna come natural because you already remembered the steps that it takes to complete a blend. Memorize these steps. Think about them over and over again. All right, we close our lever all the way. We're going in with our half guard all the way closed. As you can see, man, that blend coming together fire. No guard, all the way open. Time for the detail work. Telling y'all, man, memorize these steps and you ain't gonna regret it. Your clients ain't gonna regret it neither, because they gonna see the results on their head. When I close that lever halfway, like I said, still doing detail work, and close it all the way. Just doing some lever play. And that's a fire blend, man. It's a fire blend. You see that little dark space up there in the front? I put my one guard on open and just blended up that little dark spot. And then we're going in with our Nairobi wrapping lotion. We're going to lay the hair down. We're going to brush that in, spray some Tresemme Hold Spray on. And just prepping ourselves for the shape up. Brush it in, put the do-rag on, let it dry. 5 to 10 minutes tops. Or you can use the blow dryer and dry it off in like 2 minutes, if that. This is just giving that extra pop to the haircut. All my clients that come to me that are waivers or get a low cut, I do this on them. And every single one of them tell me, hey man, I ain't never have a barber do this before. Separate yourself from the average. Do what other people not doing. Your client's gonna notice. Trust me. We're going in with our shape up, man. Just making that triangle V in the back. Keeping that line real consistent. And on the shape up in the front, I always start from the middle and work my way to the weak side. His hairline is pretty full, so you know, you can, if they got a full hairline and they don't really have a weak side, you know, you can start in the middle and work your way to whatever side you want to. But I always start in the middle and work my way to the side. Sharp lines, blurry fade. Just take your time, man. Take your time with these haircuts, man. It's not a race. I'm going with that clean razor work. It's an all natural haircut. No enhancements. But he crispy. It's another thing, all beginner barbers, if you're watching this, before you even attempt to pick up some enhancements, you better be able to make sure that you can create a very sharp hairline without the enhancements first. Enhancements are just an enhancement. That's why they're called enhancements. They're not create a whole hairline. But as y'all see, man, this is what he came in the shop looking like. Down bad. But it's alright. Y'all know he about to change my man life. You know how we get it, man. Hold up, watch this. Show you a magic trick. Voila. Magic. Sharp lines, blurry blend, consistent around that ear. It's a nice burst look. Nice V in the back. It's straight, blurry blend on that side. Let me know what y'all think about the cut, man. What you think I could have did better. What you would have did. You know, let me know what type of content y'all want to see in the future. But for those of y'all been locked in with me, man, stay locked in with me, man. We turning up all the rest of the year and all next year. Got a video dropping every week. And as y'all see, he leave with a smile on his face. It's J Ray the Barber, man. I'm tapping out.